Oh,
Hey YouTube, I'm Brick Smith, and welcome to Forever Sorting with Kevin, artist Hinkle.
hello everybody.
Have you guys? Have you guys been patiently waiting?
Or impatiently waiting?
Because, Kevin talks a lot. Everybody's like, man, you only got through like the first day, and I'm like, I know.
Well, you know what's funny is, this morning when I was on my own stream.
I don't know what day of the week it is, so sure.
Yeah. So this fine day today, I was on my own stream, my art stream, and I was talking about Forever Sorting, and it very, very slowly but surely, I'm gaining an audience that's not Lego fans. It's people that are not Lego
art
fans. Yeah, for just people.
Hey,
this guy's drawing some cool stuff. I want to check him out.
I love it.
And so we had a conversation today about Forever Sorting, and I was having to explain what it is from a perspective of maybe the people listening have no clue about Lego.
Wow.
And I'm like, and then it made me sound kind of dumb because I was like, well, so I've been recording this podcast for the last year and a half, and it's about me.
Yeah, it's about Lego. You just happen to be in the middle of a whole story.
Right. But hey.
Before I forget, Jamie says hi. Brick Jam says hi.
Hi, Brick Jams.
That's why I was late, because we were on the phone talking about lost 48 by 48 base plates.
Lost?
Yeah, they're in one of his houses, and we don't know where they went.
One of the many Brick Jams mansions.
I mean, hurricane-ridden shell. That's more like, folks, he's still not at home.
Shells. Yeah. It's kind of rude. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, hello everybody. If I sound a little off, it is because I'm slightly under the weather. I feel fine, but I'm stuffed up. I got cold junk. I have taken a Dayquil.
Those put me right to sleep.
Well, NyQuil does, but Dayquil puts you to sleep too.
Oh yeah. Easy target over here.
Okay, so I sound weird, but I'm fine. Just so you guys know, don't be alarmed.
Weirder.
I don't have any worldwide viruses that happen to be causing panic. I don't have anything like that.
Or does he?
Or do I? Oh man, wouldn't that?
Is this the last episode right here? Are we done?
Wouldn't that be really sad? It was and that was the truth. But yes. So welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Forever Sorting, our ongoing podcast that perhaps will never, ever, ever end.
I don't think it will, and I'm good with that.
And we are actually on part 2 of a 2-parter because I'm going to say we were long-winded about our last one. But let me get the episode up because I forgot to get it up for comments.
We got comments for days.
But don't worry, we're definitely going to finish our Alabama debrief today. It's not so incredibly interesting that we need 3.
We will have a third part.
No, not going to happen.
Mark it off right here at 3 minutes and 4 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah,
we're gonna go a third one.
I'm not. I know that we've discussed on the show a couple times the thumbnails for the series and kind of my thoughts on where I want to take it and how there haven't been some proper thumbnails in a while.
Wait, what?
But some of those screen captures are perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
It's nice background, and I like the ones that I'm
yes,
doing something like that. I think those are I don't think I could make something better than that.
I'm vain, and one of my favorites when I'm drinking the soda pop.
Yeah, I think I'm also making a face.
Yeah. By the way, folks, those are generated by YouTube, and I don't play with those. Those are just
auto.
That is the way God intended. That's pretty much it.
That is the way God intended. Yeah. So,
where's your book? Because you need to write that one down. You haven't written any of mine down in a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. That's a great one. That's how the thumbnails. It's how God intended it. So So yeah, I got that queued up so we can go through the comments. Before we get to that, let me bust out this intro that you guys are here for the intro. Some of you, I know you guys cut out right after the intro is done.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, oh, I did my 5 minutes. I'm done.
But welcome back to Forever Sorting. My name is Kevin. If you have any interest in following me outside of this podcast, outside of this particular forum, you can find me online at kevinhinkle.com. You can also find me on social media at Mr. Kevin Hinkle. If you'd like to follow just my artwork as a freelance artist for hire, you can find me at Mr. Hinkle Draws across all the different social medias.
That was his name. Yep.
Boom, right down there. There are still shirts available through bricksonthedollar.com, and it'll take you over to our Amazon store where we have Lego-inspired shirts that I design. I actually just sent Chris all the remaining files. For every design that we've created through the entire duration of the A-Full Shirts program. Now I actually forgot, but I sent Chris all the remaining files. So now, he has them ready to go. I think we missed the last month or two with having an Amazon update. But he'll remedy that. And if you're patient and you hang tight, eventually our Amazon store will have every shirt I've ever designed for A-Full Shirts on there and available in different cuts, different colors, all kinds of fun stuff. So check that out.
Yeah.
Last but not least, there is a comic series that I still pretend to run called Bricks in the Middle. You can find out more information about Bricks in the Middle online at bricksinthemiddle.com.
I don't know where it went.
That's fine. You might have got it accidentally deleted.
I mean, we know nothing ever gets published there. So
right. It's true. And you can also find it on social media at BITM Comics. The website is also where we have our merchandise for sale. There is still tons of cool stuff there, like pins and minifigs and shirts that are available for people that like the series. So yeah, all that stuff out of the way. Thanks for coming back and joining us for another episode.
We did it, everybody. We're back.
We're back. Another week has gone by amazingly. And let me get up the comments from our last episode to read through those. And I actually have not read through these.
I did answer a comment. I don't usually answer comments, and sorry about that. I'm not showing favoritism. But if you win the comment mill, sometimes I'll comment.
Nice. So our first comment comes from Kittenville Brick.
Kittenville.
And Kittenville actually has 3 separate comments. I'm going to read them all as one gigantic continuous comment.
Oh, well, listen, don't use any periods or commas.
Just like in a single breath.
That's it. Ready, go.
I can't do it. Not when I'm sick.
No.
Howdy and weehaw. Yeah. And Kevin drools. Gotta love Bama. That's an interesting thing to say. Maybe were you supposed to say Kevin rules?
I think he meant drools.
Probably meant drools. Second part, we missed out on a lot of photo ops. I think the number one excuse is that Todd made us be quiet. I don't know if us.
Listen, there's a live stream out there where I explain what happened. I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to tell you where it is, but I told the whole story.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah. Not to blame.
And then the third part of the comment is, I got a little vertigo with that monitor next to the castle. I like using the monitor next to my display. I had brought too much already, so I didn't bring mine. All right. Thank you, Kittenville.
Yep. He's talking about the monitor I had next to the castle, which, did mess up some people. You say that, yeah.
Yeah, out of the corner of my eye, it was weird. Yeah, but like just looking at it, it's fine.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't win anything, Kevin.
It's because of the monitor.
It was the monitor.
It was the monitor. Yeah. Okay. Brickbender Underworld.
That guy, he won.
Brickbender says, need to do a live one at the event. Just saying. That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
Listen, no. You guys set up the camera. You guys go get us. You guys make sure that we're going to need a handler.
A joint handler.
That's it. If you want us to get it going, we'll do it. But you gotta eke out the time and go drag us away from whatever it is, whatever the millions and millions know. Okay.
I think that's fair. I think if somebody were to come over to me and say, "Hey, Kevin, I have everything set up and the camera and equipment and microphones and lights and 2 chairs, and I just need you to sit here for an hour," I'd be like, "Oh, yeah."
All right, let's do it.
I can do that. Yep.
Everything but that.
Yeah. Thank you for the comment, Bender.
Yeah.
And now we've got 2 from Bricks on the Dollar. And we've got, all right, so the first one is, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware are the tri-state, or the tri-area state. I think every state has a tri-state.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's totally a fair point. And actually, I commented on that one. I forgot that I replied to that one saying, yes, fair point. And then his other comment is, this is the one I think you said you replied to.
Yeah, I think so.
It says, I too, this is in response, this is Clutch talking. I too was an ambassador for Pinlug, and I also have that ambassador shirt. And I found that very surprising.
Yeah.
And I commented on that saying, really? I would not have ever guessed that you would have held the title of ambassador. I just wouldn't think that would be of interest to you. And he replied saying, which is, I think this is the best reply. I was seeing what kind of insider information I could obtain. Turns out the whole thing was a waste of time, as I'm sure the current ambassadorship is. And then your reply to that was, I need to wear that shirt. And he said it's a medium. Even better.
Yes, even better. I think everyone needs to see me in a medium shirt.
Well, all right. So the next next comment is from Strawbricks. And Strawbrick says, thanks for part 1 of the Bama recap. It was great having the volunteers on Wednesday, as they really helped in getting all of the odd stuff done, like the reading room rest stop and breaking all the 2x2 bricks off of the plates of the floor mosaic. And we also had volunteers for filling up the Lego prize bags. So super shout out to those people.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about how I almost killed somebody.
We did not. Did you?
Do you remember when I picked the crate up?
I was going to say, was it the crate?
Yeah, it was the crate. Somebody was on the other side. I think it was you.
It was me and Tony.
And if I hadn't stopped it because of how much pressure I'd put on it, you would have been crushed.
It was very jarring. I was like, we were sitting there.
Everything with me is jarring, Kevin.
We were sitting there attaching this banner, and all of a sudden it's like, ah! this giant crate that should not move has moved.
Yeah,
it was so thank you for that, Strawbricks. Thank you, Keith. That is definitely 100% accurate. And then Heather replied to that comment. And so Heather Jones replied, Strawbricks, we had a blast helping with taking the bricks apart. Stress reliever. I love helping when I can, and I look forward to next year. Heather, you feel free to come take bricks off that floor mosaic.
You know what, you guys, Todd and the Move crew and everybody needs to call it? The Wednesday volunteer icebreaker. Oh,
that's the icebreaker, right? Where you just come, yeah.
And you just start taking parts off of the bricks, or take the bricks from the plates, and we talked and we had a good time.
Put some pizzas out.
Nope, no, you don't even need food, just booze. No.
Right, yeah.
No, it was a very cool, chill time with the friends.
Yeah, and it helped. It made a big difference. It was.
But none of us felt like we were working. We were just cutting up. Remember that I was slinging 2x2s at you?
Yeah, I forgot, but yes.
Yeah.
That was great. So thank you for the comment, and then the reply, Heather. And our next comment comes from Brick Trains.
Boop, boop.
And so Brick Train says, great recap. I can't wait for the rest of the story. Also, you guys figured out why Jabbo and I like trains. They move. That's true. They do move.
Yeah, that's the whole point of them.
We got a comment from Doc Sampson.
Hey, Doc.
And Doc Sampson says, finally a reason to comment. Looking forward to part 2. Blockhead UK
Kaz
says, one day, Bama. One day. Yeah, I get it. Hey, crossing the ocean is not to be underestimated by any means. Mm-hmm. It is a huge time investment, and it is a money investment. So I get it. I get asked constantly, like, Kevin, you should come back to the Scarebick Fan Weekend. I'm like, no, I should not, because that's going to cost me a fortune.
Well, all you need to say is all expenses pays, and I'll be there.
Sure. If you want me to be there and you take care of everything, fine.
Yep. I'll even talk 18 times in one day.
Exactly. I would be willing to do that. Our next comment comes from Bricksar.
Hey, I know Jabbo.
And he says, I learned a lot about geography. Midwest. Moving Alabama to the Midwest has been suggested before, but where would we get our Alabama jokes?
Hey, I was gonna say damn it! I was gonna do you on your. Yeah, I know, right? On your doodle stream. I was going to have you draw a map of the United States with Alabama.
With Alabama in the Midwest.
I'm still going to do it. Don't you take my idea.
Yeah, that might be a fun like insider joke thing.
I think it'll be a cool state.
Like having, you don't necessarily need the whole country, but having like a nice surrounding area of it on a shirt, and Alabama's just wedged there, and it's like
Illinois and Indiana.
Yeah, and like some funny thing, write something funny. I don't know.
There you go. Nobody ever buy it, but I'd love to have one.
What? Hey, one person will buy it. All right. And then actually, Heather had another comment, a separate comment. And Heather said, "We had such a great time with everyone and the after hours of eating. It was great to be one big happy family."
You guys don't even know. If you guys have not experienced it, that's the part. All the regular stuff is the same everywhere. It's the people in the after hours.
And she finished with, no, it's perfectly fine. And finished with, looking forward to part 2. Next year will be even better.
Yeah.
And then Dude 20. Dude says, "Hey, good one, guys. Can't wait to hear more. Keep up the good work." Maybe we should start taking guesses at what the Dude comment will be. I bet you could get it right.
Now, but see, here's the fun part. He explained deeply into detail to Brittany what that meant. And maybe I'll share it with you off air sometime.
Is there a meaning? Okay. All right.
A deep, profound meaning.
Ooh. Okay.
What he says to us.
Interesting. All right.
It's not just a giggle. It's that fire.
Color me intrigued.
Right. But it's just for us, me and Kevin.
This is private. Maybe support us on Patreon. All right. Or maybe not. I don't. Some people already do, so maybe I should retract.
I don't have Patreon, so there.
So there. Actually, we have 2 more Brickstar comments. So the first one says, Jacob thought Mike was cool. They talked about skateboarding.
Yeah.
And then Georgia was there too.
Yeah, I dropped the ball there. I guess I didn't say Georgia.
Whoops.
When I went through the line. We have a couple of people that were in our inner clique from Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, when you were talking about all the different states represented, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more comments. Michael's _Afel. I don't remember seeing that username before.
He's in Australia. He's a friend of mine.
Okay, sweet. So his comment says, listening to this while editing photos from Brickvention, Australia's biggest Lego show, which took place at the same time you guys were in Alabama. Very nice.
That's sharp. We're glad you could listen.
It's all about giving that entertainment and education. And then the last comment is from Moto Michael, and he just says, "Yes."
Moto, that's good. If you guys haven't checked out my the last stream I did called PBN last Sunday, Moto's biggest creation fell over and broke.
Was that not intentional?
That was not intentional.
Okay, I thought when I was looking at it, I figured it was intentional. I thought he was taking it apart, like he was done with it. He
was trying to put it back together.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Julian, I need to mute for a second, but tell us what we're going to talk about today.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going through the hang on, Kevin. Hang on. All right, there you go. Now you can say what you want to say. We're going back through day 2, hopefully through the end of Brick Fair. We're probably going to go over maybe a couple things in the book, but honestly, it's just going to be our personal experiences at this event compared to other events we've gone to, or what we got out of this event. Honestly, it's just how we felt, and I can't stress enough. It was all about family, and it was all about Lego love. And Kevin Hinkle texted me 27 minutes ago. So he had a question mark because he's a diva. Are you unmuted?
Okay, I'm back.
Hey!
Sorry, parental duties. So I think you told everyone what we're talking about, right? I didn't listen to anything you said. So.
Oh, yeah, no. I said you were a diva because you texted me 27 minutes ago.
Oh, good. Sure. Yeah. So
yep.
finishing our discussion about Brickfair Alabama.
Allegedly.
Because I really don't think it needs more than.
I mean, it depends on what we talk about, because then it could.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Was there any other stories during the show that you wanted to share or thoughts?
There are some things. I think we talked about how exhausted that bingo made me.
Right, we did talk about that.
As much fun as it was absolutely. And for the public days, that's pretty much the only experience I got, which I absolutely was frustrated that was the only experience that I got for the public days, because there was a lot of people. A lot of the people in our square were fielding questions. Why is there a pink castle?
Right.
What is this? What does this represent? And every time I was close, so they'd pull me over and be like, they want to know what this means. And so I would explain it. And moreover than that, though, I don't know if I touched on this, the other AFOLs asking me what it meant during, after hours, or come up to me. Okay, I give. What is going on?
Yeah.
Why does your whole crew have buckets? Or
that was asked of me several times too.
Good. And no one. I was told that, like, I heard other people explain it or said that when they explained it, they couldn't explain it as good as I did.
No.
I'll explain it. Come up to me in person later if you want to know.
Yeah.
But I would explain it, and like when I would explain it, I would get chill bumps, or the person would say to me, that's totally on point. That is exactly why I do this.
Yeah.
So those were some of the biggest things. And the little girls specifically this time that were just, oh, it's Unikitty's castle. Oh, it's Barbie's castle. I mean, just they would pop off, and it was just like, this is great.
Yeah.
Forget what I said before. This is why.
This is why.
This is why.
I have two questions for you in regards to bingo.
Okay.
Number one, will you do it again?
Not as the host, but definitely as a helper. Okay. I want to give at least an hour to that, because that's how much fun it was. It was worth doing again to some degree.
And the other question is, do you regret doing it?
I really don't. I want to, but I can't. There was too many positive experiences and too many positive interactions with the public. And even like there were some vendors' kids there, and they were playing, and they were like killing it. And it was like, we were here. We were locked in, and we became friends at that moment.
Yeah.
And then there was a Star Wars kid over here, and I would, every time they'd come back, because the people that were displaying or part of the convention got to play for free, didn't have to buy. And I'm like, oh, you guys are back. And then when they showed up late, I'm like, what, lunch ran long or whatever. Yeah. And it was a banter back and forth. And I also, as YouTubers would run by or walk by, I would shout them out. And I found that was like the control of the microphone was
that's the key.
Yeah.
It's control of the microphone. Yeah. I think it's one of those things where, I feel like if you had not done it, I feel like we would have had a conversation and you would have been like, Kevin, how can I do that next year? I feel like it's one of those things where you had to do it one time.
Yep.
And so if
it didn't take 6 hours away from my event, my experience, I would do it with if we did 3 hours after the show or before the show, 12 days, I'd be like, yep, that's me. Here we go.
Yeah. And that was like three hours one day and 3 hours the other day, right?
Yeah. And it was an hour off in between. And that was like, if we look at the map, folks.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Let's see. Where is YouTube? YouTube is right here.
Yep.
And bingo is right here.
Yep.
I'm not a small man, people. It took me 5 minutes to get across without traffic.
Yeah. And one of the other things that actually brings up a totally different thing I wasn't thinking about, but looking at the map, for you guys that I can't see. There we go.
I know it's a bugger.
I can see. I can look under. So for those of you that have not been to this show or are thinking about, what is the potential future for this show?
Mhm.
This so like this little offshoot area, the way this hall is, it's like a big square and a little like thing that jets out.
Mhm.
Like right about here, I would say we had that sectioned off. That's so crooked. All right, there we go. We had we had a fake wall here, and we sectioned this off in 2019, meaning there was nothing here.
Wow.
It was empty. And so you can see we stretched this year, 2020, by adding the bingo and moving the putt over here and having cornhole over here and a little bit of the vendors and stuff. So we stretched out. And then on the other side, on this side where the reading area is,
Mhm.
and all these tiny little random symbols, those are little masks because that was a changing area for the 501st. But this is Hoosiers setup right there.
Right. Yep.
This is all another fake wall. Like there was, 50 feet?
Yeah, 50 more feet back there.
Going to the wall, going this way to the wall that we didn't use. There is lots of room to grow at this show. And it's really kind of refreshing compared to like a Virginia. Because that show, it's popping at the seams.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's awesome. Like that's a great problem to have. But like Todd is like decreasing the size of the aisles like to absolute OSHA bare minimum requirements because there's so much that he can't, he's already eliminated some of the kind of what he calls filler stuff, like bounce houses and some of the Carney games to make room for mocks because that really it should be like the highlight is the mock.
Oh, I agree completely, without a doubt. The number one reason to go to a Lego show is to look at the Lego mocks or the Lego sets that people have on display.
It's to be inspired.
Absolutely.
And so it's crazy because it's so different because it's like, oh wow, we got space for years here at this show. Yeah. So for those of you out there, and hopefully those that when this year got an idea to see, oh yeah, they're they don't need to be concerned because I know for a lot of people coming for the first time, Alabama spacing kept seeming to be a concern to everybody.
Yeah,
it's like, guys, you need to understand, we're talking like probably 50,000 square feet unused. Like
I can tell you, and I haven't spoke to anybody. I just know I got this undercurrent vibe going from the internet.
Yeah.
The YouTubers would like to make at least a double show for like double our numbers for next year.
Yeah.
At the very least.
And what was that? Like, I think 25 tables, I think.
What's that? We had a bunch. But yeah, we had a lot of people though.
Yeah. And so there's plenty of space to grow. There's opportunity, which is good for the show. Because when you get to that area that Virginia's at, that's when you start getting the rumblings and the rumors of, well, is he going to move? I mean, we got to get to a bigger venue. Like that's when those conversations start happening.
Yeah.
But whatever. So that's just something that I wanted to point out. Like when Todd rents this venue, he rents this hall. Like it doesn't matter if he puts one truck in it or if he fills the whole thing up. He's paying the same amount. And so believe me, it's not a matter of wanting to like, oh, let's just section off that whole side of the room. Like now there's nothing to put in it. Yeah. So there's room to grow.
Did I talk about being on the news?
No, I don't think so.
I was on the news, everybody. Birmingham Fox channel 6.
And we still can't find, like I looked and
listen, Matt, the IT guy, and I looked yesterday. We found Todd and we found yours from 2019. By the way, Todd's is a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and yours is 4.5 minutes. This guy can talk, people.
I can't. That's my job.
But it was excitement. It was excitement for me to be on the news, but I think it was more exciting that Brittany got to be on the news as well because I let her show off her stuff too, which made me happy. Turns out it was live, and I think that's why we can't find it.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Listen, it was on January 17th at 7 something in the morning, and it was Jehh was the gentleman who interviewed me. Folks, if you can find this clip, please send it to Forever Sorting.
Which will be at foreversorting.com. Yes. It's fun. He's the same guy. He does it every year. It's the same since I did it. It's the same guy. And he's a really nice guy. And yeah, while I was trying to find the clip, just like you, I stumbled across Todd's, and as we've said on this program many times, Todd doesn't do interviews. He doesn't have an interest in it.
Yeah.
Even when he came on our program, he wasn't like opposed to it, but he said verbally multiple times to me, well, it's not really my thing. Like he said that multiple times. And I was like, well, I'll be there. You'll be alone. And people just want to know who you are. And so he did it, and he was fine. But so I came across a 2016 clip.
Yeah, you did.
Of Todd, and it's actually really well made. It is a perfect marketing commercial for Brickfair. It's got the hyper focus on Todd in the front, and he looks very disheveled. He's got a beard and look like scruffy.
Whoa. Some people like scruffy.
He doesn't normally. Well, I guess he kind of always has stubble, but he looks more disheveled than normal, and which is ironic because it's in this very nice, beautiful marketing campaign ad. But he's like sitting, Brickfair is all behind him, and it's kind of out of focus, and he's like crystal clear in focus, and he's like, and it's got like the nice, cheerful little like ding 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 music, and he's like, well, I started it because of, and you got random clip of like kids smiling and like point. I'm like, and my mouth was open the whole time I watched this clip, and I'm like, this is one of the best marketing ads I've ever seen for Brickfair. Like, why is this not everywhere?
The front page of the YouTube of his website there. Yeah.
If you go and search, guys listening, anybody's listening, just go search like 2016 Brickfair Alabama interview or something. Yeah. It's really good. it's short. It's only a couple minutes, and you're just like, I feel like I watched it and I was like, I must take my whole family to this show. Like it was just like,
let's go.
The marketing hit me in the heart, and I was like, it's time for take my money. So it was really good. I was very surprised, and I'm like, whoa, did really good on that.
Yeah, for a displayer, it was reasonably priced. I'm not going to throw numbers out there, but I was not offended by the amount of money I spent. I feel like I got out of the show as much or more money than I spent.
Nice.
Just on the financial end of it.
Yeah, registration costs.
I was not shorted by any stretch. And it was good.
And that is, I feel like in recent years, the cost for registration to attend a Lego convention has started to really vary.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like 6 years ago, it was pretty standard across all the shows, like very close to each other.
I don't know. I wasn't 6 years ago with the show.
Right. And now I feel like, it can be 100, it can be 60, it could be 80, it could be like, I feel like it's starting to like really kind of go all over the place.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is bad or good. I think it makes you think, and you got to go, what am I getting for my money? Do I feel like it's worth it? It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to hear that you did not think you were ripped off.
No. There are eightfalls out there that feel like they get ripped off from shows.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All the time. And it's just like, well, this one, I firmly believe it gave me as much or more than I gave it.
Yeah. Something else that Todd does that I don't know if it's necessarily readily apparent or if people even believe me or him when we say this, but Todd likes to make gimmicky kind of things with the Brickfair branding for you. For the AFLs, for the exhibitors. It's not for the public. So for example, the mug.
Oh yeah.
The ceramic mug was made for you. He wanted to give the exhibitors mugs. Now, he's also not an idiot. So if he's going to order mugs, he's going to order mugs. So he's like, well, I want to give everybody a mug in their registration bag. So I'm going to order, I don't know, 25,000 mugs. And then he will sell the remainder through his bling desk and through other ways.
Sure.
And he does this every year. So like the mug was a thing he wanted to give people. The reusable bag that your stuff came in.
Yeah, I got one right here.
That was something he wanted to give fans. He's like,
this is a high quality bag too. This isn't going to break on me.
No. And I use those. I use my Brickfair reusable bags at my grocery store every week. Every week. I think
T-shirt is a 4X, and it is a good quality T-shirt.
Nice.
You can't know how happy I am to walk into a show, slap my money down on the table, and say, thank you for having me a shirt that fits.
Yeah.
Fat boy.
So continuing on the gimmicky things. Mugs, reusable bags, the pins, the writing pins. Like, those are things that he's like, I want really, because I've had the conversations with him, and he's like, do you think the exhibitors would like this? And I'm like, you make some of the most goofy things. It's like he like, if this was a different organization, they would be thinking like public first. Like, what does the public want, and can I add extra to sell to the AFOLs?
Yeah.
This man, I'm telling you guys, always AFOL first in everything he does. Everything. Sometimes to the detriment of the business, but it's like he is always AFOL first, and he's like,
I like the pin too. We got a pin. We got a different type of pin. I looked at it first. And I was like, well, this is not as good as last year's. And then I actually took it out and touched it. I was like, oh, it's better than last year.
And what he normally does is kind of whatever the Brick Fair experience is going to be, that's what's going to be for that year. So that means you're going to have the same offerings, the same pretty much almost anything at whatever locations happen in that year. Yeah. And then it'll be different for the next year. So, if you're a true Brick Fair roadie and you're like, which is a Keith term. Keith was telling me that the other day. He's like, we're Brick Fair roadies. Then if you go to like New Jersey and Virginia and Alabama this year, you're going to get the same stuff in your bag at all three shows. Next year would be different. And there are like, Todd has some of these things he has to plan a couple years out. And not to flex, not to brag. I have been privy to the conversations of the things that he's making, because a lot of times I have to make graphics for those things that he's like, I'm going to do this. And there's some pretty crazy cool things that are like, that's really cool. I mean, it makes no business sense to make it, but that's really cool. So there's cool things, expect to always receive a thing at Brick Fair that's like kind of neat, and it's really made for you. And yes, you'll see them for sale at the bling desk because it just makes business sense to order more. But he does that for you guys.
Hey, Kevin, we are 40 minutes in. We didn't ask you how your experiences was.
And that's
okay. Shovel and Duplo was your favorite thing of all time.
But we need to finish today.
I'm so jealous that you got to work with him for as long as you got to. I would have liked to have taken that shift.
I think, I honestly think, because I've been assigned to work with Dan at every show that I've done, and I never asked for it.
Yeah.
And I never assume it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there was one show that I didn't. One show. Yeah. But most of the time, I have a feeling, I've never had a conversation with Todd about it, but I have a feeling that he thinks that like my experience or the fact that we work together is helpful. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like Dan could work with anyone. It doesn't.
I'm gonna work it out with you, Todd, and Dan, and take one shift next year from do it. I want to do that.
Take it.
I want to get in there, and even if it's, I looked at it. Duplo seems like the thing I want to do. So we do the bridge. You know what? Next year, he needs to work on the bridge, and you need to do the big build.
I could do the other one.
I'm saying both of them need to be in Alabama next year.
I have said that I totally believe both activities could be running at the same time.
You guys even had probably almost enough space right there.
Yeah.
You could have been facing each other. It would have been a beautiful thing. As long as the Pink Castle's right by it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, just because I can, I'm going to show a picture that I haven't posted yet. Conky took it the other day.
Yep. And he has, for the record, all his photos are on Flickr. And they're because Flickr. They're all there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an official link somewhere, but you can find it. His name is spelled. Hold on. I'm
going to do this while you do that. There's
it's beautiful, isn't it?
And with the castle in the background.
Integrate.
I love it. That to me was like, oh, this is what Lego is, people.
Yeah. He had some real good ones in there that I'm like, dude, marketing. Like there's like pictures of like the mom leaning over her or like leaning over the little girl's shoulder and the little girl's pointing, and it's like slightly out of focus Lego all around them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so yeah, check out his Flickr album. His name is spelled KHANGNHI. Okay, that's how you spell his name. You should be able to. That should be enough to find him.
Yeah.
He has a very unique first name. So usually, and that's also his Instagram handle. So you can just type that in Instagram and find him. But yeah,
quick way to fake Conky. Go to my page. Any one of my Instagram pictures over the last 10, I've tagged him in every photo, and I hope he loves it.
I'm sure he does. So yeah, all of his photos are really good. So check that out.
They're tasty. By the way, just FYI, Kevin.
Yes.
All my Brick Fair photos got 80 to 90 likes, 70 to 90 likes. Then I started posting his on mine, and they jumped to 150, 160, and 170.
It's nice, fake photos.
There's something about that. I'm like, I got to start doing special stuff to my photos now.
Oh yeah, it's all about the angle,
the focus, the angle, the color. He did a great job.
Yeah. So we, as Julian said, we are 40 minutes in. I really don't want to stretch this to 3 episodes, but we need to talk about Monday.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because Monday is like so.
Yeah, we're gonna spend the next 20 minutes talking about Monday.
Yeah. So my experience was great. Had a wonderful time. All right. So Monday was amazing. So Saturday evening, like late, probably 9, 10-ish at night. Kind of like right before that time when you call it, or I call it, and go back to the room and go to sleep. I'm in the expo hall doing something, I don't know, talking to somebody, and Todd came over to me, and very, very much in passing. And he was like, I think he was even walking and then like stopped and like turned back because he was like, oh, Kevin, I need to tell him something. And he's like, oh, I need to tell you something. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what he said. He's like, just so you know, I'm not going to be here on Monday while we load the show up onto the trucks in the morning. And while he's saying this to me, in my head, I'm immediately assuming the follow-up words are going to be, but don't worry, Tony's here, you know, and because Todd and Tony, it's always Todd and Tony.
Yeah, it is.
Never without each other. And so I'm assuming that's like the next thing to come out of his mouth. Yeah. And he's like, so I'll be catching a flight. This is him talking again. I'll be catching a flight early in the morning. I think he said around 6 or 7 in the morning. So I'm not going to be here for the trucks. And there was kind of like this pause. And I was like, okay. And he's like, and Tony's going to be on that same flight with me. I was like, oh. And then my thoughts switched to, did I get promoted? Is this another congratulations, Kevin? You did so good. Here's another continent. I was like, what just happened? So, and then it was kind of done. And he's like, don't worry, it'll be fine. And then he walked away. And I was like, huh.
Was it fine, Kevin?
No. So it was you know, I've helped set up, run, and tear down, I don't know, six or so brick fairs now. Maybe 8. The worst load in history. The show, we did get it torn down on Sunday evening pretty well. I mean, again, it makes the world of difference when you have repeat move crew work. Sure. It makes a huge difference because people know what they're doing and there's not as much standing around and kind of like, what do I do next? Where's Tony? Where's Todd? Like, you know what to do. Yeah. And so we did pretty well. I think we ended at 11. I think it was either 10:45 or 11 when we were done. The show was packed and ready to go. We will even, yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's been later. It's been later.
Kevin called me. Was it 12:30? And last Alabama, it was like 12:30. And you and the guy I haven't met yet, we're like, oh,
it was the worst. It was the worst.
You know, I'm talking about it. Put it in the comments below.
That one was the worst. That was the worst tear down.
I almost got up and drove up there that night. I was like, this guy's dying.
This show was the worst load in on Monday morning. So yeah, we got everything done. And then we will also take the extra step to stage the materials in the order it will go into the trucks.
Yeah.
Makes it just super easy. And so there are maps, there's truck maps that Todd makes because everything is certain sizing and he's got it done. It's already ready to go. So we have a truck 1 and a truck 2. Doesn't matter which number, doesn't matter which order. There's just 2 trucks. And here's what's going in one. Here's what's going in the other. Here's the order of it. Right. And so that Sunday night, myself and Joey and Nick and Keith and Jamie and Chad and Mike and Caitlin. Mike and Caitlin were Todd's people. They got everything packed up. We got everything packed up. We got everything staged. Mm-hmm. And then we were done. That night we went and had insomnia cookies delivered to the lobby. That was our celebratory, which I think is going to be our tradition now. Like Move Crew is done because in Virginia, me, Brian, Arizona Dan, and Joey did Wendy's Frosties, and that was like at midnight. We went and got Frosties, and then at Jersey, me, Nick, Keith, and Joey went and did, and Andrew went and did Sundays.
Nice.
At the Jersey Diner.
Oh.
And so at Alabama, we did insomnia cookie delivery. And so I'm like, this is the thing. Like, we're okay, done.
Yeah.
And it's just something about being like, like your body is exhausted because you've been up and working for, 14 hours.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's like the best thing you've ever eaten. It's just like so good. So we got all that stuff done Sunday, and Todd's like, all right. And he kept coming up to me Sunday as we were tearing stuff down because he kept remembering things that were going to have to happen the next morning because he's never done that before, at least not while I've been a part of the team. He's never not been there. And so he'd come over and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. You're going to have to give this to this person. They're going to show up randomly tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And then, work. Oh yeah, I forgot. So-and-so is going to call you tomorrow and you need to settle up here. I'm like, okay. One of the last things he said was, he was like literally packing up his like laptop bag and stuff. And he's like, I don't know if this venue is going to like, pardon my French, lose their shit. He's like, I don't know if they're going to lose their shit that I'm not here tomorrow, but I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So you're going to have to settle the bill. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Hold on. Whoa, wait a minute. But I mean, there's not like I needed to do anything. It was just like, I looked at an invoice they printed and I was like, yep. And then they just gave it to me. Like that was the thing. So Monday morning arrived and this is standard Brickfair protocol is that the 2 trucks have delivery windows, just like every
Monday yet? Good Lord, Kevin.
Yeah, Monday. So there's delivery windows. They're supposed to be there at a certain time. Sometimes Todd has it arranged so that both the trucks get there like 9.
Yeah.
But most of the time he actually staggers them a little bit. So be like, I want one to get there at 9 and one to get there at 11. Yeah. So that you have a little bit, you have a little bit of time. It's not. So 9 o'clock. That's when the first truck's supposed to be there. We all meet for breakfast. So that's me, Chad, Jamie, Keith, Joey. I think that's everybody, right? Because Mike and Caitlin, I should mention, Todd's picks were also on the same flight. So they were all out. This was the Kevin show. On Monday morning.
I got you. Hey, the YouTube squad, if you will.
We had a fun moment late Sunday night or in the middle of teardown. We were eating pizza, like taking a break and having dinner. And Mike, who is one of, he's guys have seen the photos and videos. He's a really, really tall guy.
Yeah, we saw him. I showed the picture of me and Mike last week.
Yeah, on the skateboard, gray hair. Mike was like, well, he had this funny moment where we're eating pizza. And he's like, how's this all going to work? Because we're all leaving in the morning. And I was like, no, we're not all leaving in the morning. I was like, you hold on right there.
Wait a minute.
Because, he was under the impression everyone was leaving because him and Todd and Tony and Caitlin were all leaving. And it's like, So that was a fun moment. But, and people laugh. I remember Keith laughing and I was like, Monday morning, we all sat, we had breakfast. It was a great breakfast. We had all checked out. We had to check out of our rooms because you have to check out by 11. So we've all checked out. All of our baggage is down there at the hotel lobby, and we're now ready to roll. So it's 9 o'clock. Let's go meet these trucks. Hello, world.
Hey, all right.
We're like sitting there like slow motion squad style, like we're walking down the hallway. Oh, yeah. And if you recall, there's like the hotel lobby, and then there's what they call the sky bridge.
I hate that thing.
Yeah. It's like it's one of two sky bridges.
I hate them both. I was on both of them.
But the main one that most people were using all week.
Yeah.
We go there. It's the first little thing. You turn around the sports bar lobby, and that's your way to get to the expo hall. And we go over there.
Oh. Wait a minute.
And we're like,
oh,
the sky bridge is locked.
at 9?
At 9 in the morning.
No.
And we're like, well, that's really bizarre.
8:30, sure, not 9.
And so we go over, or I go over, I should say, to the front desk. And this begins a cascading of things that just went wrong. And everything that goes wrong, I want you in this story to add 10 minutes, add 15 minutes, add 20 minutes, because nothing was a quick fix ever. So I'm like, oh, this thing is locked. I went up to the front desk. I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to go over to the expo hall to unload my show. The sky bridge is locked. Could you please unlock that? Front desk. Oh, well, we don't unlock that. That's like security does that. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really care. Can you find someone to unlock it?
Security.
And like, again, add like just time. It's like, all right, well, someone has to call someone else. Someone has to call that person. Someone wants to know, well, who is this? Why do they want it unlocked? I'm like, I'm trying to get my show out of your building. Like it was a big ordeal. And yeah, we sat there and it took about 15 minutes to find someone to unlock it. And then we finally got in. Whatever. Finally got in there. And I'm like, okay, we're finally in the expo hall. And then one of the ladies came over who's in charge of the venue, nice like business suit. And she's like, is Todd here? And I was like, no. See, about that. I was like, he's not here. But she gave me her card and she's like, all right, well, she's like the account manager. She's like, let me know if you guys need any help with anything or whatever. I'll just be in the office. And I'm like, okay.
You should have been like, yeah, go grab a pallet jack. Let's get it on the truck.
Well, you just wait. So, I took her card. I was like, all right, we'll see if he'll need it. And we go in there and lo and behold, no trucks.
Wait. What time is it?
It's like 9:15, 9:20.
Okay. So they're running a little behind. That's okay. It happens, Kevin. Traffic's bad sometimes.
It does. And that's normal.
Yeah,
like
behind's not
it's rare for the trucks to be there right at 9.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not like, I think they're pretty good. Like 9:30ish is like normal.
I could live with that.
And so I'm like, all right, they're not here. So we just pull all the seats together and we just sit there and we start talking, because what else are we going to do? Right. And I have a photo that I'll share. I think I shared it last time, actually. No, maybe I didn't. I don't remember.
I know I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
And hopefully this won't be all crazy and blurry and dumb.
It is. Wait for it.
Come on.
Do better.
Well.
Pull back. Now go back in. Now pull back. Now go back in.
This is stupid.
I towards the roof.
I do plan on posting this soon. Whatever.
You just need to post it.
Huh?
Just post it.
Yeah. So we pulled all the chairs in. And what's funny is so Daniel Pecora or Danny.
Or Danny.
Danny goes to a lot of brick fairs.
Listen. Nah, bro. I posted a picture of Danny, and there was people like in England talking about him.
Danny.
Cass knows him from England.
Yeah, Danny. So Danny's been around.
Yeah.
Danny's been around for a while. He's also, I would say, pretty active in the Bionicle circle, really. But he does a lot of stuff. But so Danny was there. So Danny showed up.
Jabbo refers to him as the genius.
Oh, good.
One of the geniuses. He referred to 2 of them.
Yeah. Danny was not on the crew. But, Danny was still in town. He wasn't leaving until later. And he's like, oh, I'm in town. He popped into us at breakfast. And he's like, I can come help you guys load the truck. And I'm like, I won't stop you. So he was hanging out with us. So we just sat there and we talked and we waited. And it got to like 45 minutes. And I sent a message to Todd. I'm like, Todd, truck's not here. I didn't have contact information for the trucks. That was not given to me.
Well, I guess no, but see, if you're taking over the shutdown of the show, that's your responsibility to get it.
Fine.
On you, Kevin. You need to do better.
Right. So I didn't have any of that. And I wasn't necessarily expecting a huge problem. Todd did send me a message at like, what time was it? Maybe 10-ish, because his 6 a.m. flight or whatever. And so he got home. He was at home like at 10.
What?
And so he sent me this really funny message, and he was like, just walked in. I'm at home now if you need anything. And my response to him was to send that photo of all of us sitting in front of the ballots. So that was funny. But I was like, yeah, trucks aren't here. So Todd did some investigating with the company he uses, and it's the company he's been using forever. Yeah. And it turns out the dispatcher, the account manager, whatever you want to call it, who was responsible for Brickfair and this trucking company, had left the company.
Yeah.
And this is the person that he had been working with forever and ever.
Yeah.
And that person decided to leave the company, so they did not put the proper delivery window or arrival window in the trucks. And so they put it as noon. So instead of saying, I think the delivery window was like 9 to noon, and then they put noon as the beginning.
Oh my God.
So again, hey, great news, everyone. Now we're going to wait another couple hours. The running joke was me and Kongi, we had our flights were at 6 o'clock at night. And we were talking about what on earth are we going to do all day Monday? And now we're sitting here going, I guess we're doing this all day Monday. And then again, guys, it just one thing after another thing, after another thing, after another thing. It was like the trucks didn't show up. And then I finally got the call and the phone numbers to the drivers. And then the drivers didn't know how to get here. Wow. And then one of the trucks finally showed up. But then we had to find someone from security to lift the actual, the doorway so that we can get the pallets through. And then after we did that, we needed the little lift gate thing to come out and go on the trucks.
Yep.
Right? How do we get that to work? And we're I kept calling the lady. I called her one time and I was like, hey, could you send somebody to the dock? Because we just don't know how to use your electronic device to make the lift gate. And she was so lost with what I was saying. She was like, I could tell she doesn't do that. She was like, are you asking me to send someone to come help you load up your truck? I was like, no, I'm asking you to come send someone to help me, teach me how to use this thing. The guy, it's incredible. And every little thing, the truck driver left the truck as we were loading it. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go use the bathroom. We finished loading the first truck and then we couldn't find him because he was in the bathroom. What bathroom did he go to? We need to get him out of here. Everything was another 15 minutes. And it was and we started losing people because people had flights to catch.
Yeah.
So it's you get to a certain point. Oh, 2 people had to leave. They go catch the shuttle. Oh, another 2 people had to leave. They got to catch the shuttle. The first driver, finally we get him out of there. The second driver shows up. All in all, guys, the trucks arrived 5 hours late. It was 5 hours outside of that 9 a.m. Second driver shows up. We got to go, guys. We got to go. Because I'm trying to take advantage of people that I have before I lose them. And I just know that time is a factor. Finally shows up. Second truck pulls in. We get that loaded crazy fast. And then the guy goes, so I can't leave because there's a car blocking me. And I'm like, what? And I peek over and I'm like, where did that van come from? And so while we're loading the truck, somebody parked their van in front of the car. And I'm like, whose vehicle is that? And we sat there and I sent Kongi in one direction. I went in another direction and we just combed the whole hall. Wow. And I mean, they're now getting set up for a new show.
Oh,
right. And I don't know what show it was, but I'm like, is that your car? Is that your car? Is that your car? And I sit there and I tell security, I'm like, can you please find who owns this car? They're like, well, there's not really anything we can do except for go and ask every person in this building. And I'm like, let's start asking every person.
They ordered us.
And so they did. They started asking every person in this building. And so can you imagine? We're sitting there frantically trying to just get this done.
Yeah.
We're 5, 6, 7 hours outside of when we should have been done.
Yeah.
Everything has gone wrong. Things didn't show up on time. Drivers went missing. We couldn't work electronics. The gate wasn't up. We couldn't find security. They had locked the sky bridge. It was like everything went wrong. And I'm sitting there and I'm sitting Todd. Every time something happens, Todd gets a message. I'm like, this happened. This happened. This happened. And they finally find the owner, I guess, of these cars. It was like it looked like a a mother-son, like adult son, is what it looked like. I don't know. They gave us the ugliest scowl as they walk, and we said nothing. No. And I want you guys to. This is another important thing. That last truck, me, Kongi, and Jamie.
There it is, folks.
That's it. And Jamie, of his own dear heart, stayed. He had driven, so he didn't have a flight to get. We lost everybody else. Everyone else was gone. They had flights to catch. And he stayed.
For the record, I woke up at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. We got in their little cars and we drove to Clarksville, picked our son up. Now, we took a couple extra bathroom breaks. We did a little meandering here and there. We were in no rush, me and the wife. Now, I get to Clarksville and I get a phone call. Yep, I'm leaving now. What?
Yes, it was insane. And so, they like gave us this mean look.
Jamie's heart.
They walked by us as they moved their car. I'm like, whatever, you shouldn't have parked there.
Get it, keep it moving.
Like they literally parked in front of the semi truck. So, and he couldn't leave, and I had to sign the paperwork. I mean, it's like, but it finally got done. We had done our worst case scenario in our mind, and we're like, we need to leave this building. Me and Kongi need to leave this building. What time was it? At 4 o'clock, I think. I think that's what we said.
Yeah.
And it was 4:15 when the trucks lit. And I was like, we got to go. I was like, Jamie, thank you so much. You're the best person ever. Bye. And I was like, we gotta go. And Kongi and I just booked it to the lobby. We got our bags. I was like, we don't even have time to wait for the shuttle. I'm getting Lyft right now, and we got to go straight to the airport. And so we did. We went straight to the airport, straight through security. I was starving because we never left because you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you can't leave.
It's like when you're at the airport terminal, your gate, and they say your flight's delayed by 5 minutes, and then another 5 minutes, and then another 5. If they just told me my flight was going to be delayed by 4 hours, I would have gone away. But it's like death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there starving, and I got a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and ate it as I was boarding my flight. And I was like, this is so dumb. This is so stupid. But it concluded. It was done. We packed up Brickfair. It got on the truck. It went away. It was all fine. And now I was like, dude, it couldn't get any worse than that. We have now achieved our rock bottom. Because really, we should have been done around 11.
Yeah.
And we got done 4:15 as I'm racing to the airport as the last human being that's representing the show here. Of course, it was funny because I sent a text to the group saying, Kongi and I have finally left. We are the last. And then Jamie's like, I'm still in the airport, or I'm still on the highway. And I was like, God bless you, sir. But it's all done. I had to share that story because it was insane.
Yeah.
And we spent many hours, us move crew people just talking because what else were we gonna do?
Hey, that's you guys are now a tighter knit crew now.
We are. We've been through shared trauma. But that's it. That's what I got. Alabama is done. I don't believe registration is open yet for next year, but it will be very, very soon.
Yeah.
Todd does give people a lot of time to register. I wouldn't be surprised if it opens up next month.
I'm already registered for Virginia, by the way.
Nice. Everybody
get to Virginia.
Is this the official announcement of Brickfair Virginia hype?
We
are you doing Philly hype?
We'll let Philly get biased, and then we'll start rocking it just at the end of April. We'll get crazy. We'll get crazy. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to me ramble as always.
One point of contention. Blaze still does not have his bag.
Oh, did he really? Okay.
Yeah.
He probably at this point should have gotten it by now. So
it's on you now. Make it happen.
It is not on me.
You shut down this show. You take care of Blaze.
Blaze, if you still don't have your bag, you may have to send another email to Todd.
He's not trying to be pushy, is what Blaze told me.
Yeah, hey, be pushy. Todd is like an odd human being. He doesn't like what you perceive as pushy. He's like, oh yeah, no, he's supposed to get that. Like, it's weird. I've had moments with Todd where I'm like,
that was a good Todd, by the way.
Huh?
That what you just did there, that was a good Todd.
Yeah, that was a good
perfect impression of Todd.
It's always like very, hey, so
yep.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Now? No. Okay,
yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. So Brickfair Alabama, folks, in 2 parts. That was our experience. That was some of our stories, our thoughts, our feelings.
There's more.
There's more, but we're gonna move on to other things.
From all of us here at Forever Sorting. Wait, no, that's Kevin.
And that's Julian.
All of us here at Forever Sorting. Remember, you got to sort those bricks. Bye, everybody.